Curtis on his time, breaking down the stories every view will unwind. From left to right we'll see the light. It's balance we're chasing, no fighters fight. Curtis still beats talking straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis still beats here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis still be keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis. So be the combos you need. The combos you need. Insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis, I'll be keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis. I'll be the convo's unique. Curtis, I'll be talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis, I'll be here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis, I'll be keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis. So be the combos you need. The combos you need. The combos you need.
Greetings, everyone. Let's get the music playing. There we go. It is I, your tired midnight blogger, your voice of northern Oklahoma. Streaming in this case at 1:04 p.m. 1 minute late. My apologies, folks. Life has been good, but life has also been just a touch crazy, work crazy. We're getting people moved into a room so that they can basically have a better shot at survival. And I have company and people helping me out with stuff. It is a win on both sides. And God bless America. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat, then we'll dive into the topic. The topic being 100 laws later. How is Oklahoma going to be impacted by the 100 laws that went into effect July the 1st? We have Resla Germ in the chat. Howdy, howdy. Wonderful creator here. Another wonderful creator, wonderful teacher, and someone who's doing his dangest to be a spiffy person, and I think succeeding in most cases. Enigma Severus, let me know it's 2 p.m. in his time, and that I promise the stream says 2 p.m. He's right, he's right. I'm sorry I was a minute late. I'm so sorry. And Connie Cleary, hail and well met, the faithful bird woman of YouTube. I don't think she ever sleeps. She's either out doing something of her own or, honestly, in many, many cases, she's helping someone else out. A pillar of the community, Connie Cleary. And please let me know if you can hear me, because I ain't really sure how well this stuff's working, and I'm almost certain the Rumble is not. Like, yeah, I'm absolutely certain Rumble is not working. So, all right. I'll shut that down here in a bit. And we'll meet you all the way Susanna, yeah, meet you all the way. Resolute Germ here makes a good point. It's just 100 laws. You got lucky. Likely you are not wrong. Okay, we can be heard. We are heard. Ooh, we're not Amber Heard. We have no turds on our pillows, but we are heard. Volume is good. All right, let us not end the stream. No, we shall shut off the music and dive into the topic at hand. So on July the 1st, 100 laws went into effect in Oklahoma. And I wanted to do maybe not a deep dive, but at least a cursory dive into what these laws are going to be, how they're going to affect us. And since frankly, I don't think any of you are in Oklahoma, kind of compare and contrast. What kind of laws have you guys had to deal with that have come up lately? Let me know in the chat how that compares to your states or provinces. We have another wonderful Canadian here. I have not been meaning to ignore you on Facebook. I promise. I've just been so busy. It's crazy. But it's been a good kind of crazy. It really has been. So, PvP, not so much the number of laws, but how bad they are. My apologies. I hate what's going on in Canada. But if you have any good news, anything good going on in Canada, please let me know. I'm trying to be more positive anymore. I really am. I'm trying. All right, so let's dive in to the topic. Share the screen for the topic and show what's going on. Hey, look, beautiful reporter chicks. Never mind, I won't bother with the topic. I'll go be in my bunk. Okay, I'm just kidding. 100 new Oklahoma laws take effect on July 1st of 2025. So, yes, it's a slew of new laws passed during the most recent legislative session now in effect. This little thing plays. I'm not going to play it because I'm sure YouTube would ding me because that's what they like to do. So 100 new laws went into effect Tuesday. Many more the governor signed during the 2025 session will go into effect later this year. Here are the highlights. House Bill 1075. It is not to be confused with Order 66. The new law, which is called the Protect Our Kids Act, closes loopholes for teachers under investigation for, how do I want to put this since YouTube is so delicate, for, I guess I'll just say it, sexual misconduct. It prevents teachers from leaving one school and going to another without the Oklahoma State Board of Education knowing what is going on. House Bill 1277 and 1278 and Senate Bill 1198. Lots of 7s and 8s there. And 12s. We like the number 12 here in Oklahoma. It's a good number. It sure is. This trio of bills is related to the Oklahoma education system. House Bill 1277 limits the State Board of Education's authority to suspend or revoke licenses and certificates. And House Bill 1278 gives full-time employees working in any part of higher education 6 weeks of paid maternity leave. Senate Bill 1198 requires school districts to provide education on the dangers of sex trafficking and exploitation. I think Oklahoma really just wants to get me demonetized, but then I'm not monetized anyway, so you know, there it is. Let's see, House Bill 1393, and there's a frickin' mountain lion right underneath it. So what has a mountain lion got to do with this? Evidently nothing whatsoever. This law requires the Oklahoma State Board of Education to adopt a standard consent form for parents that school districts must use to find out whether a student will participate in the Oklahoma Alternate Assessment Program. Okay. House Bill 796. This law prevents higher education institutions from using state funds, property, or resources to support or require certain activities related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. It prevents schools or districts from mandating people to participate in DEI training or activities, requiring anyone from disclosing pronouns. My pronouns are coffee and please more coffee, please. And requiring anyone to swear or agree to a loyalty oath that favors one race, color, sex, ethnicity, or national origin over another's. And now we know the real reason why you come to the Tired Blogger. He says sex a lot. Sex a lot. Sex a lot. Yeah, demonetized if I had been. Senate Bill 672, the bill written by State Representative Kevin West of Moore, Republican, prohibits the government from closing any businesses during a pandemic without documented scientific evidence that the nature of the business actually contributes to the spread of disease. I'm sure this one is very controversial, and I won't comment on it since I'm trying to not be political anymore, in a way. I just want to talk about the laws. West said the bill's language guarantees all persons have the inherent right to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, the enjoyment of the gains of their own industry, and the right to say the word sex on YouTube. Oh, wait, Cassie? Yeah? Okay. My overpaid assistant, Cassie, is telling me that last part had nothing to do with anything. My bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, we got a big old thingamabobby here. Big old list thing with all these laws, or a bunch of these laws anyway. Look at that. House Bill 1485, teachers, temporary contracts, teachers with emergency or provisional certificates. House Bill 1512 has something to do with insurance commissioner authority related to the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. That's a mouthful. Creating the state-based exchange revolving fund, purpose, effective date, and something about emergencies. All right. All kinds of stuff going on here. Let me go back to the chat and see what you find people are saying. You all are saying hello to each other, which is awesome. PvP is saying the federal liberals in Canada are trying to turn Canada into a dictatorship. Yeah, that is it seems to me to be the sad truth there. And what really tells me so much is I've got classical liberals coming to me, telling me these things. So, you know, the classical liberal has got no reason to make up silly crap about the Liberal Party. If they're saying it, then it's probably got something to do with the truth. Resolution, we just got a 6% increase in the gas tax in Washington, now 54 cents a gallon, with a guaranteed 2% increase every year thereafter. Ooh, well, move to Oklahoma. We've got plenty of derelict houses that need repairing here. That may not have made you want to come here. Never mind. Let's see, PvP. Nice Firefly reference. Shiny, yes. Enigma Severus, does YouTube ding you through the computer like a poke that used to exist on Facebook? Does it say, hey, we don't like that singing in video. Hey, you, hey, poke, poke, poke. No, they don't. I kind of wish they did, because then I would know what I was doing wrong and I'd actually fix it. But yeah, they just, in a few more days, in fact, probably within the next 2 days, I assume, I'll probably get some cryptic email saying, well, you can apply again. You know, I know we gave you till the 10th, you know, that we said you could apply again on the 10th, but we're just going to arbitrarily ignore that. And you can apply again in 3 months, and then we'll do the same thing. So here I am, Stream Elements still not fixed. I'm a bad man. PvP, if it weeds out bad teachers, I'd say okay. I am assuming that is in reference to the bill that doesn't let teachers under investigation for, sexual things to just go school hopping and stay under the wire. Enigma Severus here in Georgia. As a teacher, we have a website. It has a record of our licensing, so you can't get far with misconduct. Well, Oklahoma, we don't believe in them computer things. They're the work of the devil, and we don't want nothing to do with them. No. In Oklahoma, we know you're going to have to take the mark of the beast to use them things. We don't want that. All right, Enigma Severus. I should quit making fun of the state I'm trying to sell. Enigma Severus also, if a school hires a questionable person, there is an incident. The hiring administrators can also be put into question and sued for not having wiser discretion. I think I might like that. And here we have Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Kapla. From Tornado Central. Going to rewind and play it 2 times. Very well, very well. And I'm glad that you are safe. And by the way, Kapla, back to you. Glory to you and your house. PvP, it's like drag queens reading books to kids at libraries. What the hell is that about? I don't think it's about literacy. And I could be wrong, and I'm trying not to be political, but I think I tend to agree with you on this score. PvP, how about hot girls having mercy on old horny guys and give us their honey? Okay, I probably shouldn't have read that one. I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. PvP only in liberal dominant states, because in Georgia and around my schools, they would not fly at all. I have been surprised at how, not that there's many, but I have been surprised at how many drag queen people do read to children in Oklahoma. It's only a handful, but even just that handful, I'm just, wow. In Oklahoma? Okay. All right. And you're in support of that. Not you, Enigma, but, the hypothetical person I'm talking to and about. Okay. Whatever. I'll just go do my blog. Yeah. PvP is laughing and saying that the law is what I meant. PvP votes for Hot Honey's law. It would be like the purge, only instead of violence, it would be excessive sex. Only on the Tired Blogger channels can you hear way more about sex than you really need to hear. Anyway, that's okay. We shall go back to something. So, I could read through this, but it is kind of pedantic here. It's just, like Senate Bill 135, aeronautics technology. What about it? What's the law say about it? I don't know. All I know is it's got something to do with aeronautics technology. Modifying Oklahoma Aircraft Engine Testing Development Grants Program. All right. I think the specific wording says that the Tired Blogger is right out and need not apply for a grant for testing aeronautic aircraft. It's right there. It's written in crayon. Expanding purposes of certain program. Depositing certain monies in certain fund. And an effective date. And an emergency. It says learn more here. Let's tap on that. Tap in. All right. I wonder why I don't get more sponsors when I'm always talking about sex. All right. Righty. Here we go. A history for the bill. Yeah, this is pedantic as crap. It becomes a law without the governor's signature. I don't know why the governor didn't sign it. Really, whatever. Here we go. Bill summaries. We'll read this if they've got it on here. There's no clicking on it. That's helpful. All right. So I know it's fiscal impact statements for the bill. but I can't read them because why should I know what's in the bill? That's none of my damn business. All right. Well done, Oklahoma. Well done. We make it look like you can look up the history, and yet we swipe that tendency, we swipe that opportunity away from you at the same breath. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. I wonder if any of these others are more useful than that. Let's see. What's another one? Here we go. Here's one that's dear to my heart since Tonkawa ran out of water for a while. Let's look at a bill about water resources. Let me share this so you poor folks can see the randomness of what we're looking at. Here we go. Senate Bill 1151 by Hall and Caldwell, which was not to be confused with Hall and Oates. Passing bills is all that we know, making water available to all these towns, yeah. We're so corrupt, that's all that really matters to me. Take a look around. Yeah, I can click on none of this stuff. This is completely useless to me. Amendments. No, can't click on that. There's nothing useful there for me. Bill summaries. So basically it tells you that there were summaries and statements. But at least in this browser, maybe I should try another browser, but I'm losing patience really fast. Oh, wait, maybe this will be useful. Oh, hey, something useful. Woo! Good thing that they know that the standard Oklahoman isn't real tech savvy, and therefore let's make them work for finding their bills. Here we go. Let's see if any of this makes any sense to us. Oklahoma State Senate Joint Committee Report, Joint Committee on Appropriations and Budget. Hall et al. Of the Senate and Caldwell, Trey et al. Of the House. That's not cryptic at all. I love legalese. So here we go. There is hereby appropriated Oklahoma Water Resources Board from any monies not otherwise appropriated. In Section 256 of Title 62, the sum of $2 million for the purpose of providing water infrastructures, funding of rural water, sewer, solid waste management districts in the central region of the state, experiencing private water well contamination from an unknown source, needing connected with a public water supply. We're not told who that is because that's none of our damn business. But somebody in central Oklahoma is having trouble getting fresh, clean water. So we're going to do stuff to help out with it. And it's going to cost $2 million. Okay. So $2 million for the purpose of constructing water lines in a county with a population greater than 150,000, less than 200,000, according to the latest federal decennial census. So we could probably look it up and figure out who this is. I don't know why we have to be so vague about it. It is what it is. I'm not intelligent enough to understand the vagaries of these very intelligent people. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat, and then we're going to do some advertisements and kind of just maybe move on to the things that you guys would rather talk about. And then we'll call it a stream because I think people are doing some spiffy movies and things running around. Gorilla's Random Thoughts got a video of some impressive wall clouds. We'll share that on the chat. We'll look at that if that's okay with you, and at least be entertained. Haha! Instead of these boring Oklahoma laws. Enigma Severus, the aeronautics tech law states that Curtito has the power of a hovercraft for his YouTube channel. Yep, I read it. I like it. Pleasant Valley Picker, the BC provincial government actually supports drag queens reading to impressionable kids, saying it promotes inclusivity. And it is scary. And yes, I tend to agree. PvP, we need a law getting rid of excessive laws. I tend to agree with that as well. How many laws do we need for F's sake? and a useful law, they must have messed up. All right, Mikey Susie 4, we're out of luck. We're out of time because all of our politicians suck. Yes, we're out of luck. We're out of time because all our politicians suck and we're not around. We're out of luck. We're out of time. And Mikey Susie 4 made a really cool parody. Oh, oh, oh. PvP, I love how the powers that be write laws and languages that only lawyers can decipher. They want to keep us in the dark. I tend to believe the same. And Enigma Severus, I think Cortito is just looking for a way to get Tiger King out of prison so Oklahoma can have a better Senate rep. Yeah, maybe that could be my evil plan. And Gorillas has sent the link. Holy crap. YouTube sabotaged me. They're kind of good at that. So let me get that link up and going. We'll pause that. And then we'll get this link up and going. Doo-be-doop-doop-doo-doo-doo. Bad weather. It's been cloudy out here, but not really bad weather. Enigma Severus, I agree about us keeping in the dark, but education can get us the upper hand. And yeah, there's definitely some truth to that. The more you know and all that stuff, the better off you'll be. Something like that. Rumble, why won't you work? But it is what it is. We've got the voice of Northern Oklahoma. No, I don't want to remove him as a standard operator. I want to look at his link. Geez, foot. All right. And then Gorillas, I didn't get the funnel cloud. That war was dropping right in front of us. Wow. Okay. First, I'm going to do some advertisements for some good people who are my paid sponsors. And then I'm going to look at these funnel clouds. And if we've got time, we'll talk about something else. And if we don't, then I'll call it a stream. Let's see. Facebook. Meet the Facebook. Facebook is a really cool tool. I should use it more, but I don't because I'm a big dodo head. Ha ha. All righty. Facebook, here we go. These right now probably my top paying sponsors. I really need to look at my books to be more accurate, but I think they are. Tonkawa General Hardware. In case the IRS is listening, they're not paying that much, I promise, but they're paying enough that they deserve top billing. So they're having their 2025 annual 4th of July sale, July 1st through today. So if you're within 20 or 30 miles, it might be worth your time to get 30% off select brands of power tools and batteries, 15% off of other brands of power tools and accessories, and 10% off of hand tools. Again, certain brands apply. These fine folks are at 580-370-9306 on 119th East Grand Avenue in Tonkawa, Oklahoma. You probably can't see it. Here, I'll try to make it bigger. Maybe. There he is, Kyle Hale. He is the general manager. Good folks here, and they know their stuff. They know what kind of tool you need. Here's some other local businesses, Chamber of Commerce and Turbo Joe's and Jim's Barbershop, who I have really very little reason to go to since I have very little hair. But I used to go to them when I had dates. Haven't had a date in a while. That's kind of my bad, though. So you can reach them at 580-370-9306. That phone number again, 580-370-9306. Tell them the Tired Blogger sent you, and they'll ask, why didn't he help more with the float? Actually, no, they'll probably get you free popcorn or something like that. They're good folks. Please check them out. I wonder if they have any cool pictures to show real quick. They probably do. but the computer doesn't want to respond. Oh, hey, here they are. We got pipey stuff, and they got bug killing stuff, and they got hot water heaters and kill them bad insect stuff, and weed eaters, energy efficient stuff, light bulb stuff. You see, this is why they're paying me so much, because I'm a great ambassador. Tools, more tools. Quick fitting, overbuilt, not overpriced. Nuts and bolts and things. And then the things that keep your water pipes from freezing. And those things, and these things. Paint things. They make hydraulic hoses. So there it is. Locals won tool thingy bobs during their Black Friday stuffs. They've got seeds of all kinds of plants. I know the gardening season's kind of coming to a close, but you know, those seeds will be good next year. Go buy some seeds. So, all right. And then let's go back to Canada's canines at Whiskey Flats. This is what you really wanted to see. Actually, you wanted to see Cassie, but she's on the couch. So there they are. They breed Great Danes and Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. The puppies come with AKC regs and vet records, and they're cute as bugs. Just look at these little things. Look at these little doggies. First type just lays there so quietly. The second type is like, I want to jump out of the building. Cute little doggies. I want to get to the ones where they have the tails. I love the waggy tails. Where's the one with the waggy tail? Here's Blue, one of their Great Danes, hugging a spaniel. Here they are. Look at the waggy tails. You know you want a puppy. You want a puppy. You can reach them at SoniaCanaday@yahoo.com. That's SONJACANADAY. Lots of A's. If you don't know how to spell it, just plug in an A and you've got a good chance of getting it right. SoniaCanaday@yahoo.com. And that phone number is 580-628-1674. That number again, 580-628-1674. Go tell them that the Tired Blogger sent you, and they'll probably say, hey, get that truck off our lawn. No, I have no idea. They might get you some free treats or something. I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. But they're good people, too. They love their dogs. They vet the owners. So, like, you know, if you're a registered dog offender, don't apply. They won't sell it to you. They love their dogs, and they want to sell to people who also will love the dogs. So there it is. But they're good people. Don't be too intimidated, even though Gary is 6'3" and can be very intimidating if he's in the right mood. But mostly he's not. He's mostly a very pleasant human being. So we will stop sharing and go back to the chat. Hey, people showing up. Okay, Moira Kitty. She's been out there sending the news, and I haven't been watching because I've been doing July 4th stuff. I need to watch your news stuff. Meow, meow. Please check out her channel. She's got some stuff about all kinds of issues that you definitely need to know and hear about and think about. So check out Moira Kitty. While you're at it, check out Enigma Severus. I know I said hi, but I'll go ahead and promote you since, you know, we're getting to have a bunch of creators in here right now. He does movie reviews. He does tributes to movies and music, and he does a thing where he teaches you Spanish. I learned how to say yo quiero Taco Bell. Well, okay, years ago. But his channel will probably teach you how to actually communicate instead of just advertise for Taco Bell. As an example, Enigma Severus learned educationally, my face does not need to bloody someone else's fist. Oh, I never knew that before. I am so glad that I have learned this piece of news. All right, we've got people sharing out the links. Oh, man. Okay. Well, we will have to try to get as many of these links out to CTV. Yeah, there we go. So, and not Enigma, but PvP is sharing out the 2C TV, I think. And Gorillas, what are you sharing out here? He is sharing out stuff. Okay, I need to get through the chat so I can look at least some of these things before we call it a stream. It's good to see Moira. Always good to see Moira. Enigma Severus. Thing is, get away from mainstream media. Educate yourself some very good alternate media on YouTube, and that is true. I do like 2C TV. You will see things there you won't see on the mainstream media, and I personally don't think he puts a slant on it, but I don't think he puts a crazy and just insane slant on it. PvP, I agree. Online informants seem to have information a lot faster than the mainstream media. Moira Kitty, meow to everyone. I'm about to drive. I'll come back later. All right, drive safe. We need good kitties in this state. Mikey Susie 4 is saying hello to everybody and hi. By the way, in case I did forget to say hi before, Mikey Susie 4. He is also a wonderful creator. He does some reviews of some great television shows. I know in the past, if he isn't still doing it, he's done The Greatest American Hero, A-Team, Get Smart, the fun stuff that they don't make stuff like that anymore. So we have PvP sharing out 2C TV and another great news channel being, let's see what this one is. This one is Rebel News, to which I am not subscribed, so I will subscribe to that. Very good, very good. Gorillas Random Thoughts, the only Spanish I need. I'm not even sure. I think I will not repeat that just because I don't know what it means, and therefore I don't know if I'm saying something that YouTube will go block. Yes, English translation, please. I should know what that is, but I don't. Okay, let's take a look at, we'll start with the bad weather that gorillas went through recently. Usually it's Oklahoma getting the tornadoes, but evidently the storm gods are mad at gorillas and have been throwing tornadoes at him lately. So we might send up prayers for gorillas for whatever he did to anger the weather gods. All right, we have bad weather. Here,
I might have to stop here. It looks like we're going into a downpour. I might have to stop here. It looks like we're going into a downpour. I might have to
that is spooky. Look at that. And I think I can see what may be a funnel cloud, but if it is, it's ginormous. Yeah, those are some spooky clouds there. I don't know about that. And then we've got gorillas giving us a tip for life. And it looks like some kind of crushed bread here. Let's see what gorillas tip for life is. I made them. Well, anyway, I won't even go into that. Okay. Tip for life.
Alrighty, here's a tip for life. It'll really help you out in your life. Make sure to put shit away before you just throw it in a chair there. Or at least look in a chair before you sit your ass down. Alrighty,
that is great advice. And I too have been known to do very similar things. All right, Gorillas is saying La Migra is Mexican slang for immigration. And we love migrants here on this channel. We just don't really like illegal, or at least not massive amounts of illegal immigration. Not to be too political, just saying. Enigma Severus, guess what? Mr. Enigma is making a new tribute video. You guys will love it. So check out Enigma's channel in the next couple of days, and we will see what kind of tribute video he's got coming out. Yes, PvP is thanking Gorillas for that negative wisdom. I'm glad I learned it myself. Derp. Let's look at 2C TV for just a second. Actually, let's start with Rebel News, because I've never checked out Rebel News. Gorillas, it was torrential downpour. Of course, that's when the kid needed to go to the bathroom. Yeah, that seems to be the way it goes. It seems to be, even now that I don't have a kid, it seems to be like I need to go to the bathroom during the big storms. So, panhandling scheme in Canada exposed. Residential school truth. Ooh, I'm not even gonna, this one scares me. Let's see. Ezra Levant. I think I'm subbed to him. Global News waited years to report the truth on the coup. Court compels RCMP TD Bank to hand over records. Canada's immigration blame game. Tory leader wows with latest speech at Calgary. I do love that in Canada you can wear a cowboy hat and people take you seriously. I love that, actually. Doctor defies CBC lies. Really disgusting guy in a weird thing. Nudity in excess at the Toronto Pride Parade. I think I'll not look at that one just in case. So the Rebel Roundup. Okay. I will look at this residential school truth, because I get the impression this might have some new documentary exposes the fallout from the Kamloops mass grave hoax. Let's play a little bit of this.
Reconciliation are nothing but. It is about falsehoods being used to push through an authoritarian agenda. The United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People is a major issue in Powell River and the rest of Canada. It's highly improbable that remains are actually there, because not one parent has said that their child never came home from the Kamloops Indian residential school. We need a reckoning on this issue.
Teachers, lawyers, judges, politicians, even journalists. Not a single professional is safe from the ideological wrath aimed at those who dare to question the narrative around residential schools in Canada, especially when you tell the truth about the nefarious unmarked grave claims that swept across the country 4 years ago. That truth is that despite the headlines and moral panic, not a single body.
All right. So I know in Oklahoma, there have been similar stories. I don't know enough about those stories to comment, but I know that there's, as part of the untold history of Oklahoma, there are lots of stories. Again, I'm not saying they're true or untrue about abuse of Native Americans in schools in the early days. And for all I know, maybe still going on. PvP Rebel is a Canadian channel and monitors Canadian politics. It's the Calgary Stampede right now. Okay. Carney tried to flip a pancake and failed. Pierre was flipping pancakes like a pro and serving them to citizens. Right on, right on, right on. And then let's go ahead, even though this is more pertinent to Oklahoma, I want to at least look at one thing from 2C TV, and then I'm going to call it a stream so you guys can go watch movies with deleted scenes and outlaw beta or whatever other stream you may be doing or going to. That's an old one. This one's upcoming. Here we go. Let's look at this one. I'll skip ahead so that we can get to the pertinent stuff. This is 2C TV, so I'm not trying to claim that I'm getting an exclusive. It's 2C TV's exclusive. So, mass arrests of Islamists in London after chaos at Parliament. Let's see what 2C has to say about this.
You can do this. All right, so first things first. Palestine Action is now banned, of course. The House of Parliament voted to prescribe this as a terrorist organization, and of course there was a legal challenge. The police have decided to say, well, we just have to do what we're supposed to be doing for once, which is quite rare, obviously, in this country, for the police to do what they're supposed to be doing. Having said that, 27 people, new people, have been arrested yesterday and today. Again, some of them took to Parliament Square outside of the House of Parliament, and they were, I don't know why, they were lying.
I just like this expression on this guy. I'm not. It's kind of like, look at all this big chaos. What the heck? What am I supposed to do with this? Anyway.
On the floor first, even before they got arrested, by the way. That's not really just what they were doing. They were doing a sitting protest or whatever, just underneath the Gandhi statue. I think they thought that they were doing like Gandhi or something. I don't know. I'm sure. But they were obviously supporting a prescribed organization. Now, the group that was the 27 in this group that were arrested includes a far left priest, a professor, and of course a number of NHS, National Health Service employees, healthcare workers, as they call them apparently in this country. And but they focus more on politics rather than treating patients.
All right. So there it is. He's doing some reporting there. I won't go too deep into it because that's not the focus of this channel. But 2C TV, he gives a independent take, although he has his slant, and I know that people have a different view sometimes than 2C does. What interests me about 2C is that his father, I believe, is a native-born Iranian, and they fled the country when the Shah was deposed. So he may not necessarily be right about all of his views, but that is what colors his views. Is basically he is very strongly hardcore against the now 40-year-old Iranian revolution, which makes you wonder, how long can you keep calling it a revolution? Aren't you the mainstream of that country by now? I'm just kind of saying. All right, let's call this a stream so you can go to or do your own streams without me bothering to be in the way. Here we go, the soft prone music to make you feel chill. And I will thank and promote everybody that's in here. Resolute Germ being the first to come in here. I wonder if my channel did the XP thing. I guess it did. Yeah, Suzanne ended up being the top person with 75 XP. Moira is number 2 with 75 XP, and Resolute Germ is number 3 with 75 XP. The funny thing is, just about everybody in the channel has 75 XP, but for whatever reason, those are the 3 that YouTube decided were the top 3. Works for me. Resolute Germ, please check out his channel. He does Saturday morning cartoons and watch parties, and I'm having a senior moment because I know he does other stuff, but it's not popping into my head right now. My apologies. But check out Resolute Germ. He is good people, as is Enigma Severus. And as we discussed before, he does tributes, movie reviews, and teaches you Spanish. He's also a teacher in, I think, a middle school. I'm having a really bad senior moment here. I'm so sorry. And he's fasting, so pray for him that he's got the strength to not be tempted by that chocolate bar that I'm sending to him today. Just kidding. Connie Cleary, please check her out. Her channel has some beautiful birds with wonderful soothing music. And she also has her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions, where she does crafty things. And she's been doing more collaborations with Dino. So That channel's blowing up. So go over there and blow up with her. Okay, I don't know what that meant. And we meet you all the way, Susanna. Yeah, I know we have been praying for you. I hope that you and your family are doing okay. PvP, another person that's in our prayers. He's Canadian and he's artistic and he's a classical liberal, but because he's a classical liberal who enjoys freedom, he's not for what the liberals are doing in Canada right now. He painted that painting in his icon, so that's really spiffy cool. I love artistic people. Check out his channel. He is he has his own playlists of music, and he also often is on Gorilla's Random Thoughts for watch parties, for commentary, cigar lounges. It's a really good crowd over there. Check them out. I know that Resolute Germ is also often there. And speaking of Gorilla's Random Thoughts, Kapla, hail to you in your house. He survived the tornadoes that are supposed to be destroying Oklahoma. And he also has that channel that I aforementioned with the cigar lounges and the watch parties and reviews. Probably sometime today. I'm wondering if you will have a mystery movie. Let me know. I'll be happy to be in the chat and do a very random Curtis review in the chat as you do your mystery movie theater. Who else do we have? We have Mikey Susie 4. We're out of luck. We're out of time because our politicians of reviews of old TV shows. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think and nothing happens. He does Greatest American Hero. He does A-Team. He does Red Dwarf. BBC Sci-Fi. Wonderful stuff. Check him out, Mikey. Check him out. And while you're checking things out in an appropriate and not, disgusting way that will get me kicked off this channel, check out Moira Kitty's channel as well. She does her own take on the news with lots of things that other people aren't going to report to you. You'll just get this slant. So go to her channel. She's her big deal is liberty, freedom, not unaliving mass amounts of people. So she's good people. Check out her stuff. And even if you don't agree with her, I'm going to tell you, you really need to be at least thinking about many of the things that she says and being aware of them. We have John Pontorero. He's probably coming home from church right now. John Pontorero. They call him John Pontorero. Wonderful musician. I keep trying to bug him into doing creation, but not so much that he gets irritated. Good people. Thank you very much for all the prayers and all the thoughts and links. I'm sorry I've been so radio silent lately. This also goes out to the rest of you. I've just been so crazy busy, but it has been good kind of crazy busy. So, but keep your prayers out for me that my chronic fatigue doesn't make everything just fall apart. Everybody have fun tonight. All right, PvP. The UK police have been awful for the past few years. They have suppressed British citizens while allowing Palestinian protesters to run amok. So I want to make this clear. Actual, legitimate, peaceful protest, I think nearly all of us are for that. But there does come a point where it's too much. It's just too much. And maybe sometimes it's justified in some people's minds. Maybe it isn't. I'm going to stay out of that debate. But I do think that there's a way to protest and ways not to protest. So PvP says his father is in Iran. Everyone's saying later on. Thanks for the stream. Thank you very much for being here. I'm glad you listened, and I hope it was at least mildly entertaining. So PvP is doing is saying that Gorilla is doing a watch party in 5 hours. Independence Day tonight for Cinema Sunday. Nice. Texas needs our prayers. Right on, that's true. I didn't report on it, but they really do. There's been a bad, terrible flood and lives lost, and it's just a terrible thing. So, PvP message Jill, she's safe, but not near the floods. Thank you for doing that. Young ladies are very welcome to check out PvP in Disgusting Ways. Right on, right on. Yeah, young ladies, go check out PvP. That's as far as I'm going to go with that one. Mikey C4, how are Raquel and Sir Lemon? I don't know. I hope they're okay. Busy is good. I've been tired and sleeping too much. Yeah, I get that. Well, I'm going to call it a stream. I hope that you all had a good time. I hope you learned a little bit about our state. And if not, I hope that you found some lessons for your own. And if not, well, all I'm going to ask is that you just simply fall in love with Northern Oklahoma. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And Gorilla's doing a July 4th movie in 5 hours. And I will at least be there in the chat doing my random bizarre review. So I think I'm going to coin it the chaos reviews. So, but I'll be in the chat because I'm just so busy. But thank you all very much. Love all of you. Praying for, I think, all of you. If not, I apologize. But I think I'm praying for all of you right now. And I hope you have wonderful Sundays.